Over the next 3 weeks, the parish will be focusing on our mission and ministries and the way in which these are resourced and funded. We begin, as we always should, by thanking God for the gifts and blessings He has already given us. Inspired by the recent youth video where the young people reflected on their place in the parish, some of the slightly older generation were asked what they do and why. Here are some of the spontaneous answers they gave.
I'm an extraordinary minister of the Eucharist, and I do whatever I can to help the church, and that's because I believe in our faith, I believe in our church. It's an incredibly vibrant and interesting time, particularly around Guildford here. I'm also Catenian, I get involved in Medjugorje pilgrimages, and I just love this parish and I love everything it stands for. It's a great time to be a Catholic.
Through all of these volunteering functions that I do, I get the opportunity to engage with a community of people for whom faith matters, and I get a lot out of that.
I love being here, and I love being part of the Friday group as well, Father Sebastian's Friday group, which is always a great get-together for younger professionals.
When I went in the door, the first time I just thought I must get involved here. It was such a lively, active church, and I'm a minister and I'm a sacristan, and I organise the rotas, and I'm on 1 or 2 committees, and it's just a big part of my life.
I happened to let slip that I was a professional musician, and that was that. So I played every Sunday ever since, which is only right and fair because the Lord gave me this talent, and therefore I felt I should be using it.
I do what I can at St Edward's because it's really important that we help build God's house. That everything you do, menial things, putting out chairs, putting out the hymn books, singing in the choir, doing the collection, counting the money, looking after the sound system as I do, it's really important.
And I'm in the choir because I think music is very important to the liturgy, and I arrange flowers to the glory of God.
Mostly what I do within the church community, and what's on my heart, God put on my heart, marriage and children. That's what it's really about for me, that I felt God calling me to do what I could in service there. So I'm part of the marriage prep team, which is a real joy, working with engaged couples. Twice a year we run the programme. And the other thing I'm working on is trying to reach out to parents and give them support raising their children.
When I retired, somebody came up to me at St Mary's and asked me whether I'd run the Thursday Club. It wasn't something I'd ever planned to do. I wanted a nice, quiet retirement, and I said, okay, I'll do it for 4 weeks. And here I am 10 years later, and I'm still doing it, and I love every minute of it.
I also help on the first Holy Communion course each year, where we prepare the young families for their Eucharistic sacrament, which is a lovely thing to do.
We wanted to give engaged couples an understanding of marriage as a sacrament, of their covenant with each other and with God, and also an understanding and some guidance on good communication and conflict resolution, and some discussion on important topics, including family and parenthood.
Apart from some meetings in their homes and study Bible, also once a month we are singing in the choir in St Mary Church. I'm really happy to be active here and met many friends.
I find every year what keeps me going with the RCIA is the satisfaction I get for people coming. They've answered God's call to come and learn more about God's love and the riches of our Catholic faith, and journeying with them is always a wonderful experience.
So we go out with the HCPT Easter pilgrimage. We go out on Easter Sunday and we take children and young people with disabilities, illnesses or difficult social backgrounds for a week's holiday with Mary, as we call it.
I volunteer in the church shop with Grace Bradley and 20 volunteers. The main focus of the shop is fair trade. That's working in partnership with the poor all over the world and paying fair prices for foodstuffs and crafts. So it's Christianity in action.
I'm really heartened by the way the parish responds when we put on campaigns and ask them to support issues of concern to us and to the poor or the dispossessed in this world.
And I also sing in the choir. I was actually asked to do both. I do them both willingly because I feel it's part of the Christian and Catholic faith that I belong to that actually makes me gets me to do these things and enjoy them. It's part of the church that I go to. I love it, and I've just been doing it for probably now about 8 years.
I think that the parish is a beautifully vibrant parish, and I try to help. I help with running St. Joseph's Shop, and I'm also extraordinary minister of Holy Communion. I'm also employed by the parish as an accountant, and I think it's a privilege to serve this parish.
By the time I get to the gates of heaven, St. Peter won't say, "Oh, now, Tony, would you please clean out the drains?" Do I enjoy it? Yes, I do, when it works well.
It is a great blessing that so many people give generously their time and talent to our parish. However, the accounts for the last 2 years shows a deficit. The 2019 appeal booklet explores this in further detail. Please find a copy in the churches or on the website.